It's a lot harder than I thought it would be. I am definitely learning as I go. What is the point of having a booth you have to go manage when I can manage all of this out of my house? What is the point of having to pay a monthly fee when I could sell things out of my house? What is the point of selling things through a vendor or through a consignment shop where they take a percentage if I'm getting to keep 100% of the profit? Right now, I have my reservations about doing an antique booth, which is why I haven't done one. I've had so many people over the last year and a half say, you need to do a booth, you need to do a booth. And it's a very popular thing. That's why there's so many antique stores and so many people have booth. But I'm not convinced that it's going to be very profitable. But after doing this for a year and a half, I have gotten to a place where I do have a bit of a bandwidth to try some new things. I want to always be trying new things with my business and my personal life. So I decided that getting a booth, trying it for a couple months, seeing if it's profitable, seeing if it ends up being a part of my current sales and business, or if it ends up being a completely different outlet. And I thought that I would document my experience trying out an antique booth from someone's perspective who is hesitant and not so certain it's the best way to sell antiques and to resell furniture in general. I am not convinced, but I'm curious. And I want to share what I've learned about selling furniture. Anyway, I will continue to document my experience. I keep saying experiment because it is an experiment. It's an experiment. Something I'm wondering about is if I need to keep my items that I'm selling in the booth separate from my online sales. Reason being, pulled this desk out to go to the booth because I'm putting everything in the foyer. And I also pulled this Eastlake dresser. Right as I pulled them into the foyer to go to the booth, I had two people reach out to me, and I have somebody coming to pick up the green desk this afternoon, the Art Deco waterfall, which I love. I love it so much. I had the entire bedroom set, and I have sold the pieces individually. So now I'm just left with the bed, which is typically how it goes with bedroom sets when I piece them out. And then the dresser, somebody wants delivery for tonight. So I'm wondering, by the time I get them to my booth, or before I even get them to my booth, if they sell online, what am I going to put in my booth? So I have never done the booth thing. I am learning as I go. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work. As of now, my plan is to just take what I have current inventory that I also have listed online and put it in my booth. I guess I'll just kind of see how that goes. If, just keep selling out of my booth that I have listed online, I can send people to the booth to pick them up through the store, which also offers a great opportunity for me not to have to be involved in the purchase and the pickups as much because it'll be happening through the antique store. So that is potentially going to be a plus for having a booth. But part of me, my gut, is saying that I'm going to end up wanting to keep the items that I sell in the booth separate from what I sell online. But like I said, figuring out as I go. I will just show you a piece, though, as of now, has not been purchased. This piece is going to go in the booth, so I have it ready to load up on the truck. And you never know, it could fall through with this dresser, but the buyer seems pretty serious, and I have a pickup time for this guy. I'm figuring out what is going to go in my booth tomorrow, which I have plenty, but it's a lot harder to decide what to take than I thought it would be. This is definitely new for me. I'm excited. Something new, a new challenge. At the beginning of the year, it's perfect. But I am definitely learning as I go. This is something I'm not familiar with. It's exciting to have a new learning opportunity, and it feels good to have something to learn and to work on. So anyway, I will keep you posted on how my move-in goes and how my prepping goes today. We have everything loaded up on the U-Haul for my booth, and we are on our way this morning to unload and set up my booth at Woodstock Antiques. I wanted to talk a little bit about why I decided to try an antique booth and why I haven't tried an antique booth in the past. I really feel like sales, especially over the last few years with COVID and everything else going on in the world, people have become a lot more likely to shop online, to buy things that they find online, rather than going into stores. But I do feel like people are starting to return to stores. I also feel like having a booth could really be an opportunity for me to expand because it really does reach a whole nother group of people who do go to stores and like to go walk around and look at things. And so I do think that this is an opportunity by having a booth to expand my business. When before I really didn't see the point in having a booth because I have been doing so well on with sales just online.
I'm here at my booth working on a few things. It's gonna take me a while to get it exactly how I want it. I'm still kind of figuring it out, and I don't love this color, so I may change that to white, but I don't want to put a lot of time into changing it until I decide if I'm going to stay for a while. But here's what I have so far. I just moved this shelf in, which I think does look really good up against the gray. And some of these pieces. This is kind of what I'm working with right now.